young Scotland, yeah. Mr. Fish, no. Hey,
You do make a lot of assumptions very quickly. First impressions matter. And a lot of people do seem to be unaware how much they matter. But it's really hard to change a first impression. It takes a lot of time. So, at a trade show, you happen to go to a Can Jam or something like that, you listen to some headphones with some buddies, and maybe you only spend 5 minutes, maybe even less with a headphone. You're going to form impressions with that headphone. You're going to make some educated guesses as to how it would sound in different rigs and different environments with less noise, playing different music, things like that. How accurate are they? How useful can that be?
now what if you went to Can Jam and this gnome was sitting there next reading this book here that says
Common issue.
how music works?
Yeah.
Would you think him to be a smart gnome?
Well, just
What
a
would be your
gnome
first
reading
impression?
would be weird. In
Well,
Maybe
that's
he's just
kinda
curious.
True.
So.
Yeah, maybe. I didn't even know gnomes could read. So
Oh, yeah.
to
That
me,
one can, I guess.
yeah, this would be an educated gnome.
Yeah, you could really tell.
Yeah, you could
Looks
tell.
very
Well, especially the way he keeps his beard and stuff.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
kind of
it's
nice.
Very
yeah.
well groomed.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, you look at him. His first impression is, well, I don't know.
Smart gnome.
He's the more sophisticated of the gnomes that you've seen, right? Compared to like these guys.
Yeah, he's a bee gnome.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a bee gnome.
Yeah.
He's kind of cool in his own respect, but But anyway, yeah, it's the same thing. You look at it. And I'm sure when this video started, you'd see that was your first impression, what you saw him in.
It's like, oh,
And you may think we're nuts because we're putting gnomes up there, but
well, you're the one putting the note.
well, that's true. Okay, it's me. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're still hard to find. I couldn't find out. Just finally found this Halloween one.
Wow.
Yeah, gnomes are rare. I think they hide.
Very rare.
And I don't know. They got gnome homes. They go
They're
into.
mystical creatures. Well, you got one right there, right?
Yeah,
There's a
yeah,
gnome
yeah.
home.
Oh, yeah,
That's
gnome
his. It's his joint.
oh,
Yeah.
they
I don't
all
know.
have one.
He doesn't fit that well.
No, I
but-
think he pulls the roof up and goes in.
Okay.
That's good.
But anyway,
Well, it starts with visual impressions, though, because as soon as people see a tube amp, they're already thinking, I have an opinion on that
yeah,
usually.
it can.
Yeah.
Or the shape of the 1266.
Yes.
There's no way that thing could be comfortable, but it is.
Or the price,
Yeah.
the way anything looks,
Yeah,
really.
That's way too expensive for
You
what
know?
it is.
Well, some people think high price means good sound. Some people do think that. And the interesting thing here is, for whatever reason, everyone seems to agree that universally, if you say it's a high price, people assume it's better. I haven't seen that. In my case, a lot of people think that way, but some people, they see high price, they don't care about it. They don't want to hear it. It doesn't make any difference. And it's not because they're worried they'll like it. It doesn't seem to be the case at all. Just to them, they don't think it's possible to be enough of a difference to be worth it, right? So they actually think it's bad that it's a high price. You kind of get both sides in this one. But no doubt, and first impressions matter in all these various aspects that people look at. And
Well-
whatever evidence you have to accumulate like an opinion of the product, it makes a big impact.
Well, a big reason why you tend not to see prices on a lot of advertising throughout history is because of that. Well, people will make an instant judgment of where this item with the price stands relative to the price. So nowadays it's tough to. It's probably the lot that isn't as separate nowadays because everyone probably just winds up into an online store and you're always seeing the price with the
You
product.
always see the price.
But in the past, the advertising really didn't include prices. It was like, here's an amplifier, here's a headphone. It sounds like this, great. And then the last thing you'd know would be you'd have to look up the price somewhere. And again, it kind of makes sense because if you do throw that out first, people do make a judgment instantly as to, and some people you lose right away at looking at the price, right? Because they're like, oh, that's way more than I want to spend. Bam, they're gone. Another person will go, well, that's cheaper than I want to spend. I want something more expensive, gone. Where it may have been a completely relative choice for that person.
You see that a lot. For some reason, people don't seem to take this into consideration, but if the price is too low, some people aren't interested. If the price is too high, some people aren't interested. Right? It turns out it matters a lot, and it's not just because it's unaffordable. It needs to be the right price for the right person.
It's kind of like that fairy tale, where, what is it? What's her name comes into the house and wait, what's that fairy tale? Where he sleeps on my bed? Someone's been sleeping on my bed. The hell's the name
Goldilocks
of
or
that
something
thing?
like that?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, was it Goldilocks?
I think
Is it?
so, right? The temperature was just right.
So let's
On the
get this
porridge or
straight.
something?
Goldilocks doesn't own the home. She comes into the home, straggles into the home. Who owns the house?
Yeah, she knocked the door down.
Not the foxes and not the bears. Or are they bears?
I don't. It seems like this shouldn't be that hard to remember a simple fairy tale, but
I don't brush up on it.
yeah,
too
I guess
often,
not.
so-
You learned it when you're 5 years old, and that was
Well,
it.
that's the problem. It's been a while since this one's been repeated in my head. But yeah, it's about the temperature of the porridge.
Yes.
Yeah, not the price.
You need the right temperature of porridge.
You certainly
Very
do.
important.
I don't even know what the hell porridge is. So.
Stuff.
Isn't it like oatmeal type thing?
Yeah.
It looks like oatmeal. Well, at least in what I remember seeing in the past.
Mm-hmm.
In low resolution photos that used to be in the books. So yeah. Anyway, I don't know if you put cinnamon on porridge or anything in
You
it.
can do whatever you want.
Raisins.
Yeah, you can do whatever you
Yeah,
want.
it's getting better now we're talking about it. you know.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to get myself some porridge.
So, anyways, first impressions. Turns out they matter. And different people form very different first impressions based on, I guess, their experiences and whatnot, what they're familiar with, what they're looking for, what they think they're looking for, which I suppose what people are looking for and what they think they're looking for, those can be very different things at times.
True.
Well, I guess it goes with anything. When a new movie comes out, new car, you'll have people that love it and other people that hate it. It's like, well, which one is it, right? Can't be both.
Well, a lot of times you get people that hate or love things that have no experience with it. They've never driven this car. They don't know anyone that has. They haven't even seen it, but they know they love it or they hate it.
True.
In fact, come
Common.
to think of it, on that note, most people that when something new does come out, that's where you see the most contrast between
Yeah.
opinions.
Yeah.
You got the complete one side and a complete other side just going at it, And somewhere along the way, as time goes on, they tend to all meet somewhere.
People
in the
tend to
middle.
agree over
what I mean?
time,
It's like,
yeah.
oh well, you're right. One side sees the other
Hopefully.
side's point,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they
There's a
both say,
consensus.
well, okay, I still don't like it, but okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the community kind of puts it in its spot. Well, it's good for this, or it does that, or whatever, or it's just junk,
Yeah, right.
something or other.
Right.
Snap judgments.
But yeah, there is over time. There is always some form of. You're right. There is some form of consensus that occurs,
Yeah.
and it is put into a category.
But a new headphone at a show, people develop first impressions, and they can be very inaccurate, surprisingly enough, because there's nothing to cloud their judgment from their traditional judgment. They don't have any external factors. They didn't read reviews before listening to this headphone oftentimes. They just showed up and saw it. And a lot of times these people either weren't specifically at this trade show to see this headphone, just so happened to be there, or didn't even know it was going to be there because it wasn't important to them.
which makes the
But
whole
they still make perspectives on it.
which makes the whole initial thing visual.
Yeah.
Right? The whole the first thing you do is see it. You don't know anything about it. You see it, then you pick it up, you touch it, feel it, put it on your head, listen to it. So yeah, now all of a sudden you're forming opinions that that combine the looks, the feel, the touch, the tactile.
Well,
You
people
know?
develop opinions well before that, typically, and some people won't even try an iPhone because of their opinions they formed in an extraordinarily
But see,
brief
they were already
period of
introduced
time.
to it. See, if they have an opinion
Well, you
before
can
they
just be
even sit-
walking by, and just because of the area this table is at this show, or just
that's
because of
true.
what it looks like sitting there, you could decide, oh, that's not something I'm interested in.
Or you go to like a booth like ours where you got a line of people waiting to listen to a headphone right now.
Well-
Your opinion instantly forms, wow, there must be something good going on here. Before you even touch, feel, don't even know what they're doing, right? You don't even know if they're listening to headphones at the booth. All you know is there's a line of people, right?
There is
Well-
a bit of that too.
You know?
that turns people off, though. Like, oh, I don't want to wait.
Well, they'll
Some
come
people.
back later.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You get a bit of both sides on that one because there's no doubt at trade shows, you go to enough of them, inevitably you see booths that are just dead all day. There's nobody there, right? 3 people. Another one slammed 24/7, 300 people lined up. People keep coming back. It's still busy.
It's usually new product releases.
But that
when
forms opinions too. People,
Everybody's trying
people
to get
see
their,
these things.
their first impressions in when a new product's out. You know?
Yeah, that's
I
true.
want to be the first to hear it.
Yeah.
So-
The first of the first.
Yeah, obviously, if it's a new product, it has more interest.
And then you hear both sides of the story and
Yeah.
everyone comes together in the end.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, they could all say it sucks. They could all say it's the greatest thing since
I've
sliced
never
bread.
seen that. That doesn't really
That would be
usually
rare.
happen.
Yeah.
Usually, you don't get a lot of people agreeing until it's a little later on. Maybe a few people will say similar things, especially if they're more educated people, or if they don't care because they're not buying it, then factors tend to not
Well,
matter.
that's true. You get
Like
a lot of outliers because they don't care.
Initially, you get
Yeah.
a lot of stuff that's a little off base, maybe, but it does seem that for the most part, people kind of sort of work towards the same goal. But initially, sometimes you see wild outliers. You'll see new products come out and people hype it up so big.
Once you get enough people's first impressions, you usually start to see specific things over and over again. Now, it could be that they're just saying what someone else said. But
Could be.
usually you could tell it's like completely separate people reviewing the same
Yeah,
product.
the only way to know that is you got to be firsthand. You had to have been there, firsthand experience. Because if you're not, you're right. It's just repeating what other people have said, which happens a lot too. But yeah, in the end, though, I mean, we'll talk about anything in life, just first impression of anything, like we were said. Whether it be you open the door of a car and step in for the first time. You got all kinds of things going on. You got the looks of the car, how the door opened, how heavy it feels to you, right? The interior, what's it soft, what colors it is, what it smells like. I mean, when you think about first impressions, your body really the brain uses all senses really to figure it out, And I mean, with headphones, smell isn't really one of them. What should it be?
Well,
But it can. I mean, it can. I mean, it depends, But sure, but your body is really judging things. Probably subconsciously, you're not even aware of what's being judged because there's a lot of factors going on with it, not just the obvious.
yeah, definitely.
So
It could even be like hot in the room and you're just slightly uncomfortable.
right, yeah, which
That'll change it.
Yeah, I mean that sways you to the negative.
That's why
everything's skewed a little bit.
I mean, your first impressions sometimes do change after you spend more time with it, and they're no longer first impressions. You're like,
Yep.
that's not what I initially thought about this.
Yeah, you could be starving, you could be hungry. It's like I really got to eat, and so now you're in a hurry, right? So
And you're more dismissive then.
yeah, right, and you're definitely not in the same state of mind,
Or you're in a rush. It's like,
yeah.
oh man, I got to get out of here.
Yeah, so I mean, this all kinds of adds up to, your state of mind at the time you're making the first impression too. So there's a lot going on there, and but bottom line is that's why we always recommend, like with headphones or audio systems, anything audio, because it is it's a highly subjective thing. You got to give it time. You can't allow first impressions to really sway you. Either way, you really need to give it time, regardless. And it's a good way to go to save yourself some money too, if you think about it. How many people have made spontaneous purchases and then regretted it a few days later or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's always a good way to go, particularly when you're talking to higher sums of money. Think about it.
That's a good general rule.
Yeah.
And it does seem that people's opinions and whatnot change over time. And I'd be interested to hear other people that have examples of firsthand experiences with things that change dramatically over time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So maybe our viewers give little comments below talking about their experiences with like audio and hi-fi and stuff like that, how they changed from when they initially got their thing to living with the product
That would be
for
cool
a
to
period of
see.
time.
Yeah. See what people's experiences are.
Because it changes,
Yeah.
for sure. The real travesty in modern media these days?
Yeah.
Big issue.
Yeah.
Not enough quicksand.
Oh, yeah?
Remember my days? Everyone was worried about quicksand all the
Yeah,
time.
that was an
Everyone
issue.
Everyone was always worried about quicksand. They were always falling in quicksand, getting sucked in
Although we've never
quicksand
seen
stuff.
any up front. Never had
Yeah,
any.
in real life, it hasn't been a big issue, but
Yeah.
it's,
Where
it's
is
just gone
quicksand?
now. I don't think there's any quicksand anymore. It doesn't
it-
seem to be in the kids' things these days. The
Is
kids
it-
aren't worried about the quicksand like
Is
they
it
should.
in like Tasmania or something? Like where is it?
Tasmania, they probably got a lot of quicksand there.
With the Tasmanian devil? Bugs Bunny, old cartoons.
Yeah,
I always wondered if the Tasmanian devil came from Tasmania. I would assume so.
it seems plausible.
Yeah,
All right, we're
yeah, we gotta go. It's time to get back to whatever we're missing out on.
Yes.
So, yes. So thank you everybody for watching, and thumbs us up. And remember that you can get goodies like this pillow here at abyssstore.com and some mugs and whatever else
Shirts
you need
and
to
stuff.
buy your favorite friends and uncles and relatives for Christmas.
Yeah.
And abyssstore.com.
Oh,
And
really?
don't forget that all of our videos are available in podcast form. I think all you got to do is go and ask for
Top of the Line Show podcast. Like you think you can say all those words.
Oh,
Top of the Line Show podcast.
Yeah, then I should find it.
Yeah, or just search it, Top of the Line Show podcast.
Yeah.
Take care, everyone.